developer. I work at NeONBRAND. My man Kenny over here. We do web development, web marketing mostly, a lot of SEO. So yeah, we can definitely handle any of your needs if you have any of those arenas. I did organize myself quite well for this one. You can go to spencer.vegas/meetup, and I actually have the agenda there that I'm going to go over, as well as the scripts that I'll be using, and also some helpful links to resources that I'm going to be going over, and that kind of thing. So don't go to this IP address for the local dev site.
Too late.
Too late. It's not working. If you go to that page, spencer.vegas/meetup, this is actually the working IP right here. So if you type this in your address bar, you can pull up my dev site that I'm sharing locally here, and keep track, go along, follow along with me if you want. Okay. So I'm also at Spencer Geyer on Twitter. I was gonna say tweet me your questions, but I'm not really monitoring it, so feel free to shoot your hand up there. Okay, and what I'm gonna be going over today is advanced custom fields, as well as adding custom post types to your website. And I'm gonna be doing that to add a about the staff page to my website. One of the pages that I'm regularly setting up for our clients is an about the staff page where we list out their staff members, a little bio, positions, maybe some social links, an image or two. And so what I'm going to do is create a custom post type of staff member. And the benefits of that is we're able to manage those staff members through the WordPress interface, and you'll be able to see it as I go along there. Okay. So I've set up this dev site, WordPress.dev. This is what I'm going to be using to demonstrate my process here. So I'm going to go ahead and log in.
Felicity Huffman. Old school WordPress Meetup joke.
It's capital F, capital L.
Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do, and it is a little technical, we're actually going to be delving into the code editor a little bit to add these custom post types, so hopefully if you're not too technical, you're still able to follow along. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to go to my child themes directory. I'm running off the Genesis platform, and I got one of my favorite child themes installed, Generate Pro. So in Generate Pro, you'll see that we have a functions file. I'm going to go ahead and open up the functions file for that. And I'm going to add my custom post types function, which is the first one here. And what this will do is WordPress is pretty much run off of post types. You have posts are obviously a post type, pages are a post type, menu items or menus are a post type, publications I think are post types.
They're all post types.
What's that?
They're all post types.
Yeah, they're all post types. Pretty much WordPress is run off of post types. So what this script's going to do is it's going to register a new post type of staff members, and it's going to give it a label of staff members and a singular name of staff members. This is the real basic arguments for configuring a post type.
A little bit?
What's that?
You zoom that in. It's a little small.
Command plus? That work?
No, not working.
You can use the magnet. Well, no, you're in that. I was gonna say the magnifier.
Control and the mouse.
Well, then
All right.
Control
Oh, it's a
and
match.
option. That might give you
Squint, Aaron. Dude, you sat all the way back in the back.
Yeah, we're going back here again. Dude, I can barely read the screen. I see where it says best for display. If you change it to scale,
Yeah.
you could go to like, yeah.
And broken. There we go. Okay. Okay, so here's my function right here, and what it's doing is it's registering a post type of staff members and giving it a label of staff members and a singular name of staff members. So you can see, I'll save that, upload that functions file, go back to my WordPress.dev site. Oh, way too close. And now you'll see I have an element over here in the menu, staff members. And if I click on that, well, it looks like I already had a couple of staff members. Oh, probably in database. So what I can do from here is I can add new staff members. I can also manage staff members that have already been created. So that's one great benefit of using this process. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add some new staff members here. We're going to do Jane Doe. So now I created these 3 new staff members, and you can see if I go over here, now I have them added here in the WordPress interface. So I'm actually going to go in. I'm going to open up Jeff here, grab some of this Normanson content, plug it in this field so we can see what's going on here. Okay. So you can see how I'm able to create staff members, edit them directly through the WordPress interface. We're not going into the code and having static bios placed in the page template or anything. So you can see here that I'm kind of limited though with the default fields that are provided to me. I have a title and a content field. So say I want to add additional elements to my About the Staff page, maybe a position, social media icons or that sort of thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add custom fields to that post type, which will allow me to assign additional properties to those staff members. So what I like to use to work with custom post types is a great plugin I'm sure you all have probably heard of. Advanced Custom Fields. So this is one of my favorite plugins. So I'm going to go ahead and install that, activate that plugin. And now you'll see over here on the left-hand side, I have a new menu item called Custom Fields. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. Oh, it's already registered in the database still, but I'm going to just go ahead and trash this so we can go over it again. So what I'm going to do here is add a new field group. So this is going to be a way to group the different properties for and different elements of your site. So what I'm going to do here is staff details. So we'll just say these are staff member details. And I'm going to go ahead and add a field. This one will be an image field. So we can upload a bio image. Call that bio so we have a better slug there. Okay, and we're gonna, with advanced custom post types, I'm gonna change this to an image content, and it's gonna output the image URL instead of an image object. I like to output the URL instead. So I'm gonna go ahead and close that field. I'm gonna add a new field here for position. Leave that a text field, everything's good. So I'm gonna go ahead and publish this field group that I've created here. Field group's been published. So now, one more thing we got to do is in the location rules down here, we have to set it so it shows these post fields only if the post type is equal to staff members, which is the post type that I added in the functions file, which is the slug I put it in there. So I'm going to go ahead and update that. And now, if I go to my staff members and we edit Jeff Smith, you'll see, oh, one more tip with custom fields. Is you can also, down here in position, you can say hi after title, and this is where it'll position those extra fields that you've added on the edit page screen. So I'll say hi after the title, and now when I update that, and I go to my staff member, edit my staff member, so you can see now it's placed these extra fields that I've created up high on my edit page. So now I can go ahead and add a new bio image. Here's one I uploaded previously. Let's say just the office manager. So I can add additional values to this post type, or this post, which is Jeff Smith. So I'm going to go ahead and update that. And I can do the same thing with the rest of my my staff members, but I won't bore you with that. So now that I have my staff members added into the WordPress interface and the values included, I'm going to go ahead and want to display them on the website, obviously, somewhere. So just follow, maybe follow the agenda here.
No, just make them Easter eggs.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create a new page template to display these new staff members. So first thing I have to do, since I'm using Genesis, the Genesis platform, I'm going to go into the Genesis parent theme. Since and I'm going to open the page.php, delete all this extra love. I'm going to go ahead and create a new page template. So with Genesis, this is all that's required to add an additional page template. You just have to have the template name there and then Genesis below. So I'm going to save this in my child themes directory as page hyphen, I like to use whatever my new post type is, so I'll just say staff. Okay, so I'm going to save that, upload that, and now you'll see when I go over here to the WordPress interface, I'm going to add a new page. This is going to be the page staff members. And also, now that I've created this new page template and uploaded it to my server, over here under template, I now have staff page, which is the template that I just created, and what I'm doing here is I'm saying, okay, use this page template instead of the default Genesis page template. So I'm able to add customizations to that template and then have it only affect that one single page, or whatever page you tie the template to over here in the templates area. So I'm going to go ahead and publish that. View page, hopefully nothing's. So you'll see, now I have set my page template, but nothing's displaying, none of the stuff I just threw in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to my page template, and Genesis has a lovely hook, lovely hook resources for us to work with here. So there's a plugin I like to use that I'm sure you all are also familiar with, Genesis Visual Hooks. No, admin. Why is the WordPress plugin search function so horrible where you have to type it like exactly how it is? Still type it in. Genesis Visual Hooks. Okay. So Genesis Visual Hooks Guide, I have a link on that page as well at the bottom there. And what this is going to do is it's going to show me, I also have it set so any new pages that I create adds it to my menu up here. So now you'll see I have a staff members page. So with Genesis, the Genesis framework, it'll inject hooks into certain places on the page. So I'll go ahead and with this plugin you can go action hooks, and now you can see the various the various hooks that are throughout the page. So what I want to do is I want to add a new function to hook onto the Genesis entry content hook, so that my function will display exactly where I want it. So I'm going to hop back over to my page template here. I do have some stuff already made up, and I did include the script on that page. Okay, so I'll kind of go over a little bit of what it's doing here. What we're doing is we're doing a WP query here, and we're querying for the post type of staff members. So it's going to query the database, grab all the post types that are labeled staff members, return those with the variables. So down here you can see that while I have those posts, I'm echoing them out, wish I could. Okay, I can't see my finger. All right, right here we're echoing out the title of the post. Right here I'm echoing out get fields. So with advanced custom fields, to include those extra fields that I added on to the individual staff members, if I want to include those into my page template, this is going to be the function I'm using to call those. So what you'll do is you'll type get field, parenthesis, and then the string in there is going to be whatever you call, whatever the slug is for that custom field that you created. So you can see I have the bio image one here I created. I think I called this something else though. So yeah, you'll see down in custom fields, if I go to my staff details, bio image, you'll see here's that name, bio image, and I'm plugging it right in here, and I'm actually assigning it to a variable. You don't have to, it'll just echo it out. But doing a little more extra stuff here, but here's where it displays the image, so it'll take that image and display it right here. It'll display an excerpt of the bio, which I'm pretty much just using as the content area for that post. And it'll also display a permalink to that title, or to that post. So, and what this is going to look like is I'll save that page template, upload it, cross my fingers. Oh, that was horrible.
Since you didn't put the other position in there, it wouldn't show the position, right?
I skipped that. Well, I skipped the step where I have this add a function. I forgot to even include it into the hook. So what I'm going to do.
Details.
Details. All right. So going back to the hooks here, you'll see I have Genesis entry content. I'm going to go ahead and copy that, and I'm going to include my hook in here. Okay, so now it'll display that function only where that hook is in the page. So now, go ahead and put all this staff members. Aha! So I didn't upload any other content for them, or you'd see it. So this is what it's displayed as. You can see it's displaying the staff member's name here. It's a clickable link to a little individual page I have about them. It's displaying an excerpt of the bio I have, plus a link here. So, you know, what you can do with this is, it doesn't have to be staff members. You can create custom post types for review. Got a question, man? No?
Oh, I was distracted.
You can create custom post type for testimonials and have testimonials display on your website, or, you know, anything along those lines. Yeah.
I have a question. I want a glossary that's like fully customized. Can you do nesting custom post types, like have a letter and then the terms underneath that letter, or how would you do that?
Well, what I would
Use
do.
family hierarchical, so you can have them with parents like pages do. Or you may have to do a custom taxonomy for that. Sorry.
Oh, no, please, yeah. So I'm not sure what you can do as far as with the plugin.
Yeah. Well, wait.
Yeah.
What was the first question?
Can you not ask post types at all?
I create custom post types with this plugin.
Yeah, that would get into custom taxonomy. You would register a
cool.
custom taxonomy for that post type, I believe, and you'd use that to kind of categorize those post types and that kind of stuff. And those can be hierarchical as well.
Okay, so you basically.
Yeah, they can be in either tag format or.
Taxonomy is in your top, and then breaking the post types down from that, is what you're saying, right?
Well,
It's just like categories,
Yeah.
man. You can add a category like sports, and then you can add soccer, football. You can do that with custom post types.
like
as
over
well.
here, right here, how we have these categories, we can do something similar where we have category for your post type, and then you just check it there and add it to that category. And
Or
then
you
there's
can
also
even
tag
use
format too, where you can do that.
You do with tags. Okay.
Yeah.
You can even use the built-in categories and tags that like regular posts and pages use.
Yeah, I think so. If I go to staff member, oh well, it's not good.
You're not supporting it in the code.
Yeah. Well, I think.
CPT.
Oh yeah, that's probably what it is.
Press you.
Exactly what it is.
I was wondering if I never done it.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, we can definitely, there's a lot of benefits to keeping it in the WordPress atmosphere here to manage our post types. One benefit, like with following the menu examples, is say I have staff members here and I want to have a drop down. So when I hover over to this, there's a drop down of all the staff members, and we're going to the staff members page. One benefit of using custom post types is we're able to just go over here, and now I have an area here, staff members. And these are actually those posts that I created, so I can go ahead and throw those in, put them under a little drop down under staff members. Now if I save, there it is. I can just hit Jeff Smith, boom, I'm off of Jeff Smith. So,
what might be your reason that something wouldn't appear? If you went through all these steps and you did save, update, publish, refresh, and it's still not there, even though it's on the back end.
It's usually operator malfunction.
No,
like what are you inserting? Like a post? Or
anything,
you're saving all
widgets,
these.
cloud category, I'm seeing it like it's all, you're doing much more complex stuff than it's there.
One area, I mean, there could be a ton of issues going on there. I mean, like you could maybe have visibility over here. You could set it to private or something. I mean, there's definitely.
Are you adding them to a menu that's published, that menu is?
Well, I'm trying to set up the menu too, and even though it looks good in the back end, pages and pages, post and post, it's, the sidebar isn't showing up.
It could be a problem with the file in your hierarchy. If you've got a file name that's named something that conflicts with what you're trying to do,
Oh, that could be it.
that file name might be taking over, and that file name might not have any reference
Yeah,
to the fields and stuff
I'll
that you
look
put
at
in.
that.
Also inside your code, case sensitive. So if you called it lowercase, all letters, and you have a capital somewhere, that could conflict. If you didn't close out a string, that could conflict. If you didn't
That's a good
close
one
out
right
a
there. If
page
you left a
string.
tag.
There's like a number of things that you have to debug to do that, but it's doable.
Usually causes white screen is down.
Like I said, reach out. Come reach out.
White screen is being closed.
Yeah, but we can look at it after. the
Yeah.
meeting.
I'll see
If
if
you
I
want to
do.
stay for a
Yeah,
while,
yeah.
take a look at
Okay,
it.
thank you.
Alright, so let me check to see if I covered everything on the.
Is that your wife sending you messages and telling you what to do next?
Oh, was she sending messages? I don't even.
It'd be funny if she was going into your dev site and leaving posts for you.
Bring those sites local, so if she didn't have a hard time doing that, I'd be kind of worried.
Please pick up the phone.
Okay, so, yep. Currently that's all I have for you. One thing I did notice as I was going through this is you'll notice if I go to an individual staff member like Jeff Smith, see here's his page and it's not displaying any of the extra stuff I did. That's because I didn't create a custom single.php template for this certain post type. And what I'll do in that is I'll create a custom template where I do include the image and all the extra stuff, and it'll only display on those post types that are set to staff members. So that's one step I don't have for you here that I wasn't able to show you, but it's going to be similar to the loop that I created. But other than that, any more questions?
And that plugin you talked about, the advanced custom fields, that's for Genesis. Is there other ones for other?
That's for
themes?
WordPress.
That's
Yeah, that's for WordPress in general. Yeah,
Okay.
Genesis Visual Hook Guide, that's just for
That
Genesis.
hook, okay,
That's only for
okay,
Genesis.
okay.
Now, advanced custom fields can be used on any WordPress.
It was the hook one that's only for Genesis.
Yeah, exactly. So. Cool, all right,
Thanks,
well,
Vince.
that's what I got for you guys.